Welcome to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast.
The Grand Rapids Griffins go 1-2 against the Chicago Wolves in the triple header. Welcome to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast. I am Connor, and I'm here with my brother Kyle. We're brought to you by the Hockey Podcast Network. How are you doing, Kyle?
Doing good, man. So much going on right now. So many hockey games to watch. Coastal's getting a start. Not going well. Having a rage fit over here myself.
Yeah, we were preparing for this episode and saw Costa jumped in because Huso was playing. We were both watching the game. We started recording and they put Costa in and we both lost it for like an hour straight. We got off track for a whole hour. Grand Rapids Griffins ended up playing the Chicago Wolves. They played one game at home at the Van Andel Arena, and then they ended up playing 2 games at Chicago. So far, the Chicago Wolves have the Grand Rapids Griffins number this year.
Yeah, and they have really kind of turned it on here as Chicago getting some help from Carolina finally. They got Brenda Moore down there. Getting some solid draft picks and making the most out of them while they have them down.
Yeah, definitely a different team than we've seen in the first month of the season. And I'm excited for that season ticket bus trip down.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting bus trip down to Chicago.
Yeah, I've never been to a Chicago Wolf game.
Yeah, I've never been to any AHL arena for an away game for the Griffins.
Yeah, me neither. So I'm really excited for it. So instead of babbling on here, you want to get into these games?
Let's do it. The 2024-25 NHL season still has that new car smell, and the action is heating up at Draftkings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. It's super easy for first-timers to get started at DraftKings Sportsbook. Try betting on something simple like picking a team to win. And if you are new to DraftKings, listen up. New customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code THPN. That's code THPN for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus age eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bet must win to receive reward. Bonus bets expired 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ice. Copyright NHL 2024. All rights reserved. If you're anything like me, you have a few favorite prospects that you are waiting for to take the ice for their NHL club. Don't miss the day they make their debut and be at the rink when your favorite team's future takes the ice. GameTime makes it easy to be a part of your team's biggest moments. And of course, GameTime has you covered for the upcoming Winter Classic. They can find you the cheapest possible seats or find you the best available seats at Wrigley Field for the 4 p.m. matchup of the Blues and the Blackhawks. Offering more than just sporting events, GameTime has tickets to many high-profile events, concerts, and shows. Visit GameTime.co, that's GameTime.co, and allow the GameTime Picks feature to sort the events that mean the most to you. Look for GameTime's super deal to find the lowest price guarantee, and even view your seating before purchasing. Covered by the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry, your purchase is protected by event cancellation and job loss protection. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with GameTime Picks. Download the GameTime app, create an account, and use code THPN for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code THPN for $20 off. Download GameTime today. What time is it? Game time.
So December 6th, 2024 on Friday at 7 p.m. The Grand Rapids Griffins take on the Chicago Wolves at the Van Andel Arena for Red Kettle Night. There's a $2 beer, $2 dog, Salvation Army. You walked into the Van Andel, Christmas spirit was there. You had the choir singing up the excavator, and you had the Salvation Army guys with the bells, which was really cool, welcoming you to the game. Loved seeing that. They were all very friendly. Fun night there, Van Andel Arena.
Yeah, starting in goal, we had Jack Campbell making his debut for the Grand Rapids Griffins. Getting the first game under his belt, always a good thing. And Spencer Martin for Chicago. So Lombardi's injured in this game. And Tuamisto is out as well. So Seeger comes in and Laugesen returns.
So for the first period, late into the period, the beginning of it was kind of a back-to-back. It kind of seemed like Chicago was taking over. They kind of outshot the Griffins 5-15. Eventually, after Campbell stood very strong, Unger Sorum gets his first ever professional goal on a power play. So
Yeah, and that one, unfortunate for Campbell, as they just kind of teed it up. He was under a lot of pressure early, as, yeah, Chicago really outpossessed and outshot Grand Rapids early in this game. And we didn't really have a whole lot of answers until Shine came down later in the first period and rung it off the crossbar. But no goals for Grand Rapids in this period.
1-0 Chicago moving to the second. Minute 25 in. The Grand Rapids Griffins are on their power play, and they get a nice setup from William Laugesen and Shai Boom to Otson Watson for another power play goal for Otson Watson. His fifth goal of the year. And 2 power play goals early in this game.
Yeah, I really like how quick they got that puck in to Boom, and Boom just shot it right down. And great job in front of the net there to work that in by Watson.
So Chicago answers on 5-on-5. Ty Smith gets his bunch of first-time goals for the Wolves today, assisted by Brady Nadeau and Ryan Suzuki.
Yeah, and got to call out Wallander on this one. He gets caught up high on the point, and guys make it in behind him. The only guy left back there is Dominic Shine, and yeah, Wallander kind of knew it as soon as that guy made it back there with the puck and put a move on Campbell and beat him one-on-one.
And then not long after that, Tyler Jost gets an unassisted steal from the Griffins, and he makes it 3-1.
Yeah, and shot from the point from Dello gets blocked, and yeah, he just took it all the way down and kind of beat Campbell pretty easily on that one. But he had the 2-on-1 option and just took the shot and beat Campbell pretty clean. So it is his first game, so I got to give him a break there, but would like to see in the future he makes that save.
So 3-1 going into the third. There will be no scoring, but attempt by the Griffins to come back with 9 shots in the third wasn't enough. and Chicago wins this one.
So moving on to December 7th, Griffins hop on the bus, travel to Chicago for an 8 o'clock game in which Chicago will hold their teddy bear toss night. So at Allstate Arena, we get Carter Geilander in net for the Grand Rapids Griffins and Yaniv Peretz for Chicago. Doucette comes out, and we get to see Carson Banel step in this game. At this point, the fewest shots per game allowed by Chicago, and then we have the fewest shots per game for Grand Rapids.
So yeah, this one is Griffins definitely come out firing, getting 13 shots in this first period. But despite the attempt, the Chicago Wolves take the board first, 3:47 in, and Alexei Amol-Salami gets his second of the year, assisted by Juna Jaska.
Yeah, and the teddy bears fly. So it was a rebound that Geilander could not get. Goal goes in through the 5-hole as he tries to slide over to make the rebound save.
Yep, and then we get Grand Rapids Griffins about halfway through the period answer back with a shot from the point. Sheldon Dries gets it off the face-off pretty much and gets it to Rafferty, and Rafferty gets his third of the year with a shot. That is the right goal, right?
Yep.
The one right up.
Yeah, it's another one right off the point. It's the second one in 2 games that the Griffins scored right off the point like that.
Yep. And then Sheldon Dries getting another 2-point period for him. Gets a goal for his 8th, just now on second after only Lombardi for goals. Lombardi with 9, assisted by Dominic Shine and William Wander right before the end of the period.
Yeah, and the play by Dominic Shine here to take the puck in on the wing. As the puck was dumped in, but Shine muscles his man into the net and takes clear possession behind the net and just navigates himself right into the opening, slithers a pass right over to Dries, and Dries taps it in. Amazing play by Shine, in all reality.
Yeah, that's perfect timing right at the end of the period. I mean, there's no other better time to really just stun a team. So nice job stunning them. We get to the second period. Well, Griffins outshoot the Wolves 13-10 that period, and the score is 2-1 as we move into the second period. And the second period is claimed by Chicago. Chicago, 4 minutes in, scores with Juna Jaska, his 4th of the year, by Ryan Suzuki and Bradley Dundee.
Wallander again on this one gets caught at the point, and guys are screaming in with speed to get behind him, and yeah, just kind of the stuff we want to see Wallander clean up, as his defense has been taking a hit here in the last couple games.
Yeah, he was injured. Hopefully it's not just an injury thing, but at this point, you think he should be healthy, and we really want to see him step up. We really need. I mean, I know we're kind of hoping we don't really have a high round top end defensive prospect here in Grand Rapids right now. I mean, we're kind of like got second round guys, and the chance of a second round guy to even make the NHL is like under 20%. So, I mean, I'm hoping Wander step it up.
So after the Wolves score, a little bit of self-destruction, self-inflicted wounds begin for Grand Rapids as Sheldon Dries and Dominic Shine in the same play both go off for 2-minute penalties, and a 5-on-3 for the full 2-minute length is given to Chicago. I believe Shine got called for holding or interference, and Dries got called for tripping. So Not good there. Both veterans going off.
Not good. Not what
As
you want to see.
Yeah, they quickly corral that puck and send it into the net from a point shot that had Geilander screened, beats
Ty
them.
Smith. Yep, Ty Smith for second of the year by Tyson Jost and Scott Morrow. The power play. So the Chicago Wolves lead the Grand Rapids Griffins 3-2, go into the third, and outshot the Griffins 8-6 the second period. So going into the third, about halfway through, a little before 8:22, Tim Getger comes in, gets his first official goal of the year that's not in the shootout. Assisted by Cross Annis and Shai Boom.
Yeah, and it kind of looked like his shootout goal. He fumbled it right around the defense and got in on the breakaway. But once he got on that breakaway, he made sure shot, got it past the goalie. Good stuff there by Tim Gettinger. That's the stuff we saw last year at the beginning of the season that we really liked.
Game's tied up, but not long after that. Ty Smith, I've been hearing his name a lot, gets his third, assisted by Ryan Suzuki and Ethan Kempman to take the lead once again.
Yeah, third
Seems
goal in 2 games.
Seems like as soon as we score, they answer. So Griffins buckle up and they do everything they can to get this one in, sending pucks down on a vicious attack. Austin Watson, 13 minutes and 32 seconds, gets a goal for his sixth of the year, assisted by Elmer Soderblom and Andre Becker.
Yeah, and that really nifty move there by Soderblom to keep that play alive and get that shot in. And Austin Watson to fight for that rebound and just sling it in there with that long reach he has. Good stuff by the big guys.
Yeah, and that pretty much propels it to the end of the game. Both teams trying to get a score in there, and
Killing off another 5-on-3 power play too.
yeah,
Nate Danielson had a collision with the goalie, and then Watson got called for elbowing. We had to kill off a 5-on-3 to stay alive in this game.
overtime end of the third. Griffins outshoot Chicago 15-8. So a very strong performance by Grand Rapids Griffins. It's 4-4 going to OT.
Yeah, so Griffins get the puck in overtime. A lot of chances. Danielson with a couple chances. The veterans all get a chance. Schneively's shooting pucks all over. Eventually, the big man Soderblom comes out. Soderblom gets a chance. Denied, like usual. Takes it all the way back down the ice. Comes back down for another chance. Fires it in for the overtime winner with a beauty of a snipe. And the team breathes a sigh of relief.
And that is Elmer Soderblom's first goal of the year. Amazing goal. I mean, the dude's done everything he can, and he just hasn't had luck. He was cursed, and the curse has been broken. Elmer Soderblom gets on the scoreboard in the goal department. And I hope that opens the floodgates for him and he just starts scoring goals. I hope he just gets 10 here.
Yeah, it's time. I mean, everything's been going good for him. I said, chances, the goals will come. He's just got to keep getting those chances, keep playing the way he's playing. Don't change it.
So yeah, at this point, it's a 1-1 in the triple header playoff series. It's going into game 3. Who will come out on top? So Sunday, December 8th at 4 p.m., the Grand Rapids Griffins in Chicago take on the Chicago Wolves at Allstate Arena. And starting out, Chicago Wolves started off early. So the Chicago Wolves start off this one early on the power play. Nolan Gunler gets his sixth of the year, assisted by Ryan Suzuki, Juhan Jaska. I also got to mention Ryan Suzuki's been really generating a lot. He was a dude who was there before when they won the cup. A Carolina guy. Once they broke that agreement with Carolina, he disappeared. But obviously, him returning to the team's been a huge thing for Chicago. With Ryan Suzuki getting 15 assists so far this year.
Yeah, and Griffins get a power play on a Tyson Yost trip, and this is literally like directly after the other goal. And on the power play, Justin Robidas scores shorthanded for Chicago. Really kind of setting the tone early in this game for Chicago on how they want to play in special teams, and they beat us in this one in that.
Yep, so end of the first period, Chicago 2-0. The Wolves outshoot the Griffins only by one shot, 12-11. So good defense by the Wolves. It just kind of seemed to me like every time we got a breakaway or a chance, their defense just stopped us. They really sealed out the box, and they did a really good job stopping the Griffins from generating any kind of offense at all. So second period, there's no scoring. There was Chicago heavily outshot the Griffins 13-8, and no goals went in for either team. So
Griffins have 2 power play opportunities late in the second period, and no success on either of them.
that would have been the time to do it, in my opinion.
Yep, would have been huge, especially that late one there in the second, right at the end.
But they can't do it. 13-8 were the shots, and score remains 2-0 going to the third period. We get all the way to the end of the game. Griffins trying to score, outshooting the Wolves 15-5. Nothing's really going to get in. Like I said, the defense for the Wolves was really good. I mean, we were getting in the zone really good, had most of the possession time, but it just seemed like every time we went to score, the Wolves would knock the puck off our stick or push us off of it. The really good defense by Chicago. But with about a minute left in the game, we get Sheldon Dries getting his 9th of the year to tie Amadeus Lombardi, the lead goal scorer on the team. Put the Griffins within 1. Austin Watson and Nate Danielson, both with assists for their 11th for both of them for the year.
And this third period was actually, compared to the second period, very high paced and just, yeah, like you said, Chicago did their job until the end. And Campbell goes to the bench, Trice scores the first one, and the last minute really had us wondering if we were going to get that second goal to tie it. I mean, we all know Griffins are capable of putting 2 up in the third like that. But unfortunately, no success. And Griffins lose this one 2-1.
Yeah, and Chicago wins the mini playoff series.
Yeah, and that's 4 games now in the last 2 weeks we played them. Intensity is picking up there for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they don't get along with Carolina, but it seems like when they have been under the control of Carolina and done what Carolina's told them to, they've been a really good team. They won the cup a couple of years ago when they were like, the Griffins were on the cusp of making the playoffs, and the Wolves just killed us. For 2 years there, the Wolves were just, we couldn't even beat them at all. So the rivalry's back. It's nice to see the rivalry back. I can't wait for that bus trip, and yeah.
And Jack Campbell getting 2 games this weekend. Really good to see him in net. 2.55 goals against average with a 0.919, so respectable. I like to see it. There was 30 shots, only allowing 2 goals in that last game there. Real solid performance. Gave us everything we needed to stay in the game and have a chance to win it. But fortunately, no offense, as Chicago's defense really did a number on us.
Yeah, so that will bring us to the penalty box.
How do you feel when you switch to Geico and save on your car insurance? It's like going to work on one Thursday morning and thinking to yourself, just one more day until Friday. But then somebody in the elevator says, Happy Friday! Then you check your phone quickly and discover today is actually Friday. So yes, Happy Friday, random stranger in the elevator. Happy Friday indeed. Yep, switching and saving with Geico feels just like that. Get more with Geico.
So in this segment, we like to end the episode on a fun note. And our one chance to step out of hockey and put the biggest idiot into the penalty box for either a 2-minute minor, 4-minute double minor, 5-minute major, or game misconduct. Kyle, who are you throwing into the box?
Well, I got to go with the college football playoffs this week. It's just been, now that's all figured out, I mean, it's just been a disaster deciding who's going to step up and play. Who actually makes the playoff? Who deserves it? I mean, it was the same exact argument when it was 4 teams. So it's like you went from 4 to 12, and everyone thinks they belong in there now. So I really don't think they fixed this problem at all. I think it might have just got worse.
So what I think is funny about it, I noticed they're saying the reason they want to expand it from 4 teams, they're sick of the same 4 teams going. Well, Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, all them kind of teams. So they did the expansion, and all those teams got in because of the expansion. They wouldn't have made it without the expansion, so backfired right in their faces. So yeah, that's penalty box.
Yeah, I'm just going to throw 2 minutes at them. And hopefully they just figure something out. It's kind of a disaster, as it has been.
Have fun in the box. So I'm going to throw Jay-Z in the box. So ever since this P. Diddy nonsense has been going on, everyone's been looking at Jay-Z being such a close friend to Diddy. Everyone knew he was involved with whatever was going on. And Jay-Z just thought if he avoided public and stayed on the down low that everything was going to be fine. False. Jay-Z has charges slammed against them. So for doing Diddy party things. But I'll tell you what, that's 5 minutes in the box. It's really sickening. I ain't never been to a Diddy party.
Yeah, it's like literally it's like your guy, your homie, partner in crime. Literally.
Secondhand guy, like.
Secondhand diddler.
Yep, have fun in the box. Well, prison, federal prison, but you call it what you want. All right, thank you everyone for listening. The Grand Rapids Griffins are still on the road. They have a weekend matchup against the Colorado Eagles. So the Eagles have been we've played in the past couple of years. It's been a fun matchup. We've been playing them. Well, they are 17th in the AHL. The record is 11-8-1-1 with 24 points. They are 6th in their division in the Pacific. So it'll be a fun matchup to travel there to Colorado. They got their little eagle logo, but guess what? We have a lion attached to us. So good luck with that.
Good point.
Go Griffins.
Go Griffins.
Thank you for listening to the Griffins Pipeline podcast. If you enjoyed the show, give us a 5-star review. We are part of the Hockey Podcast Network. We are not partnered with the Grand Rapids Griffins, Detroit Red Wings, or Toledo Walleye. We are not experts. We are just die-hard fans looking to make a community with others alike. Let's go Griffins Nation. Join the fun, like, and follow us on Facebook and X, or call into the show and have your opinion heard 1-616-319-1175. Thank you. Grand Rapids Griffins, Toledo Walleye, and Detroit Red Wings. Players, coaches, websites, and social media. Thank you AHL.com, NHL.com, ETL.com, EliteProspects.com, and anyone else putting out information on the teams. Until next time, go Griffins. Go Red Wings, go Walleye.